Okay, so for today's lesson, we're going to be identifying the 5 elements in the story in the book that I'm going to read to you guys today, titled The Spider and the Fly. So before we start with our reading, we're going to fold the piece of paper that's in front of us. We're going to fold it hot dog style. And we're going to make 5 different sections. So grab your scissors and you're going to make 4 cuts on your paper, creating 5 different boxes. If you need any help, just raise your hand and I'm gonna walk around and help you guys. Okay, so once you've done all 4 of your cuts, your paper should look like this. It should have flaps opening, and on each flap we're gonna write one of the elements. So can someone raise your hand and tell me one of them? Okay, setting, good job. Which one's another one? Character as well. Who else? Okay, conflict. And then we have 2 left. Alrighty, plot's another one. And what's the last one? Everyone together. Theme, good job. Okay, so put your paper to the side and keep in mind these 5 elements because we're going to try to look for them in our story. So our book is called The Spider and the Fly. And by looking at the book, can anyone guess what it's going to be about? Okay, Henry? Okay, you think the spider and the fly are going to become friends? Maybe. He does look a little mischievous, so it could be. Okay, so we're going to start with our reading. Will you walk into my parlor? Said the spider to the fly. 'Tis the prettiest little parlor that ever you did spy. The way into my parlor is up a winding stair, and I have many curious things to show you when you are there. Oh, no, 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 said the little fly. To ask me is in vain, for those who goes up your winding stair can never come down again. So as you can see, the fly is a little skeptical about going into the spider's parlor. I'm sure you must be weary, dear, with soaring up so high. Will you rest upon my little bed? Said the spider to the fly. There are pretty curtains drawn around. The sheets are fine and thin, and if you like to rest a while, I'll snugly tuck you in. So what do we see in this picture? We see the spider trying to convince the fly, but what do we also see? We see little ghosts. These are fly ghosts. So keep this in mind. This is foreshadowing what will happen in the story. Oh, no, no, said the little fly, for I've often heard it said, they never, never wake again who sleep upon your bed. So the fly is scared because she's heard that flies that go inside the parlor never come back. Said the cunning spider to the fly, dear friend, what can I do to prove the warm affection I've always felt for you? I have within my pantry good store of all that's nice. I'm sure you're very welcome. Will you please to take a slice? So he's offering her dinner. Where's she at? Right here. She looks surprised. And here he is bringing out all the delicious food. Oh, no, no, said the little fly. Kind sir, that cannot be. I've heard what's in your pantry, and I do not wish to see. So as you can see, it was a beetle, a bug that he was trying to feed her. Sweet creature, said the spider, you're witty and you're wise. How handsome are your gauzy wings, how brilliant are your eyes. I have little looking glass upon my parlor shelf. If you step in one moment, dear, you shall behold yourself. I thank you, gentle sir, she said, for what you're pleased to say, and bidding you good morning now, I'll call another day. So she's planning on leaving, but seeing him on another day. The spider turned him around about and went into his den. For well he knew the silly fly would soon come back again. So he wove a subtle web in a little corner sly and set his table ready to diet upon the fly. Okay, so we now see that the spider was not trying to be friends with the fly. Instead, he was trying to eat her, because that's what spiders do. They eat flies and they eat all kinds of bugs. So what do you think? Do you think the spider is a good spider? No, right? He's tricking her into flying into his den. Then he came out to his door again and merrily did sing, come hither, pretty fly, with a pearl and silver wing. Your robes are green and purple. There's a crest upon your head. Your eyes are like the diamond bright, but mine are dull as lead. Alas, alas, how very soon the silly little fly, hearing his witty, flattering words, came slowly flitting by. With buzzing wings she hung aloft, then nearer and nearer drew, thinking only of her brilliant eyes and green, purple, and hue, thinking only of her crested head, poor foolish thing at last. Up jumped the cunning spider and fiercely held her fast. The fly has been trapped. She fell into his trap. He dragged her up his winding stair into his dismal den, within his little parlor, but she ne'er came out again. So now she's wrapped on his little web. And now, dear little children, who may this story read, to idle, silly, flattering words, I pray you ne'er give heed. And then over here, we see her gravestone. It says RIP. Why do you think there's a gravestone? Yes, because the spider indeed ended up eating her. And what does a gravestone read? It says, unto an evil counselor, close heart and ear and eye, and take a lesson from this tale of the spider and the fly. And the end. So, I hope you guys remembered that you're supposed to keep in mind the 5 elements of a story, because now we're going to fill this out.